Oh, baby, the Jarrad Davis era is over again in Detroit. We got some cuts and more today on a Monday. Locked on Lions.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's happening, everybody? Matt Dery with you. It's Locked on Lions on the Locked On Podcast Network on an Indeed Monday, August 29th, and a cut-down day, Tuesday, August 30th. Tomorrow, the Detroit Lions will have their roster down to 53 players by 4 o'clock. Then, of course, they're likely going to try to re-sign some guys in the practice squad that don't get picked up by other teams. But we got some early cuts we'll get into coming up momentarily here on the program. Again, Matt Dery with you, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks for making us your first listen. It's Locked On Lions, and we are brought to you by BriteCo Jewelry and Watch Insurance. BriteCo brings you comprehensive, fast, and affordable jewelry insurance for as low as $5 a month. Check out the special offer for Locked On listeners and get covered in under 2 minutes at brite.co/locked on. That's brite.co/locked on. Follow us on Twitter at Dery Speaks, Dery Speaks, at Locked On Lions on Twitter, the Matt Dery Facebook fan page where we post the pod every day, and also you can watch the show. We are back on YouTube today on our Locked On Lions YouTube channel. We did a post-game pod via the vehicle last night on my drive home from Parts Unknown after yesterday's riveting 19-9 Lions loss to the Steelers. Coming up on the show again, roster cuts. A couple of guys are gone, reportedly gone. The Lions, as of the time of this recording, have not announced anything themselves yet. Also, the backup quarterback situation. There are some ridiculous ideas out there about what the Lions should do. This is what aces do. I think we should get into a deep dive about the backup quarterback situation. We will do that. And also, NFL media, the NFL Network, they did their top 100 NFL players currently. Tom Brady coming in at number 1, which is stupid. But there's a Lions omission, and there's another player that actually the Lions are going to see in week 1 that was omitted as well that I want to touch on. We'll do that today right here on Locked On Lions. Again, thanks for listening, watching. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. If you're a big Lions fan, here we are. The preseason is over. The Lions have now lost and have had a losing record in the preseason the last 5 years straight. Does it matter in the grand scheme of things? No, but they finished 1-2, and now they are getting ready for the season opener, September 11th, against the Eagles, right there at Ford Field. The team will spend the next 2 weeks just working out down at 222 Rodwood Drive and getting ready for the season. I hate this, by the way. This preseason ending in August, in the last weekend in August, and then we have to wait a week to play, 2 weeks to play. So the Lions are going to practice this week. Then they're going to practice next week. Not playing for 2 weeks. I can't stand this. And I understand that the season opens next Thursday night. I don't remember who's playing. Bills and Rams, maybe. And so you can't have a team have that short of a week. I hate it. Waiting 2 weeks for the regular season. I mean, we're going to have plenty to talk about. The Lions are going to make a bunch of moves coming up. They're going to see players on the waiver wire they're going to pick up. They're going to probably trade for a backup quarterback. But this notion that we have to wait now from yesterday, August 28th, to now September 11th to play a game is stupid. I would love if they would fix this at some point. All right, let's start with this. Roster cuts. As of right now, 5:36 in the evening on a Monday, the Lions have reportedly made 4 cuts. Aaron Wilson reporting that wide receiver Khalil Pimpleton has been let go. Speedy wide receiver, return man, was on Hard Knocks. Fun. He was doing the juggling thing. But the problem is he was juggling too many footballs in games, meaning he was dropping the ball. Khalil Pimpleton was awesome at Central. Shout out to him. He reps Moneyball Sportswear, my boy Desmond Ferguson. But let's hope that the Lions can keep him on the practice squad. There's some potential there, but he got reportedly released today. Also gone, Devin Funchess, the former Michigan wide receiver turned tight end. That per Jordan Schultz. Dave Burkett now reporting from the Free Press that offensive tackle, the backup, Kendall Lamb, has been let go. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, per Ian Rappaport, not a surprise. Although Rappaport said it was, and he's way off. Jarrad Davis, he gone. He's going to be let go. Look, we all saw this coming when the Lions signed Jarrad Davis in the offseason. We were like, what are they doing? Jarrad Davis, a former first-round pick that the Lions let walk. And, of course, he signed with the Jets. He got hurt last year playing for New York, and he struggled with the Jets last year, and they didn't bring him back. Lions have a logjam in the linebacker room. I think Alex Anzalone, Gaines media poster boy, will be back. I think Derek Barnes is definitely making it. Of course, Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be there. But Jarrad Davis was repping behind guys like Anthony Pittman and Chris Board and others. And so with the logjam and the fact that he never really showed much in the preseason, this is not a surprise. Jarrad Davis was a gigantic bust. And I was on this very early, many years ago, on this very podcast telling you this guy's underachieving. He doesn't know where he is on the field. When they would do the all-22 videos and they would show Jarrad Davis with his back turned to the quarterback, not realizing that they were throwing a certain place on run plays, go into the wrong gap. Running back would run between the guard and the tackle on the left side, and there was Davis between the guard and the center, and he's looking around, and the running back's running right past him. Jarrad Davis just never could pick it up, and it's too bad because he's a terrific guy, great in the locker room. Lions wanted to give him a second chance to see, he's a definite culture fit, but no. From a can he play standpoint, this is not a surprise at all. I don't see Jarrad Davis signing anywhere. I really don't. This could be the end of his career. The Lions need linebackers, and they gave Jarrad Davis every opportunity to make this team, and he could not do it. So as of right now, and I will refresh my screen here, this appears to be all of the roster cuts as of right now at 5:39. Of course, the Lions also have Greg Bell on injured reserve, Cabinda, Jamo, Romeo, and Pascal on PUP and NFI. So the current roster sits right now at 76. We know this. There should be two, not just one. There should be two quarterbacks off this roster and fairly soon. And the Lions are on the phones right now talking to teams about backup QB. I want to get into that coming up next. Let's do that. First, though, if you haven't seen this, BriteCo, it's amazing. Go to brite.co/lockdown. BriteCo is amazing. All right. You don't want to be that guy, right? And you certainly don't want it to be splattered all over the internet. The guys at BriteCo Jewelry Insurance going to make sure you get a replacement for the full value of that ring. So you're that guy, right? You get her that engagement ring or the wedding ring later on after the engagement, and you can't find it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. Is it lost? Is it stolen? You don't know what happened. That's why you get BriteCo. BriteCo, brite.co/lockdown. You go to the website. Fastest, easiest, and cheapest way to cover your butt with the best jewelry insurance in the business. They're geniuses at BriteCo. They made buying insurance for your engagement ring, your watch, or whatever so easy. You can get covered in 2 minutes right here on your phone. You want to find a better deal on great coverage that's super affordable. Brite.co/lockdown. We all hate insurance, right? Well, these guys at BriteCo turn the whole insurance experience around. So it's probably the easiest thing you can do for yourself, and you do it this week. No excuses. For $5 a month, you get totally comprehensive coverage, and it won't take you more than 2 minutes on your phone. Check it out. Brite, BRIT.co/lockdown. You have to see the videos on the website. BriteCo's got a bunch of these hilarious videos that you can see for yourself at brite.co/lockdown. Oh, and by the way, here is the beautiful, video right here. BriteCo. See, you can see the overlay, which I forgot to put on here, but it's on there now. BriteCo. Check them out. They are fantastic. All right. Thank you for that. All right. Folks, I am reading some real stupid stuff on the internet today. I really am. And I am all for, let me fix my camera a little bit. I am all for the Lions getting new backup quarterbacks. All right. This is a no-brainer. All right. After yesterday's debacle in Pittsburgh, David Blau and Mr. August, former Mr. August, Tom Kennedy is the new Mr. August. The former Mr. August, and I appreciate all of your tweets at Dery Speaks where you're like, oh, D's Mr. August. Tim Boyle stinks, okay? And David Blau isn't much better. Backup quarterback with this football team is a disaster. It is. I'm not going to go too crazy about it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, the Lions have got to go get Kaepernick. Oh, the Lions got to trade for 15 quarterbacks. No. Jared Goff has to stay healthy. Jared Goff has to stay healthy. If Jared Goff gets hurt, I don't care if the Lions signed Brett Favre in his prime to be the backup. I saw today Jimmy Garoppolo is going to stay with the Niners as their backup and make $6.5 million and make just as much money as Trey Lance. But they're going to keep him around. Why? Probably the trade offers weren't good enough for him, and they have him for insurance. So, yeah, not every team has a Jimmy Garoppolo as a backup, or a Tyler Huntley, the kid from the Ravens who's really good. They don't have anybody like that. All right? So after yesterday's preseason game in Pittsburgh, Dan Campbell made it a point to basically say, we got to evaluate, we got to figure out some things, we got to see what we needed to see. And I think some people at the beginning were like, oh, Blau played much better than Tim Boyle. And I don't think that's disputed, but I don't think David Blau played all that well either, to be quite honest. And Blau was talking after the game like he was done. Like he kind of knows that it's over. And the more I was thinking about it, the more I watched more of the tape this morning, neither guy showed anything this preseason. Neither guy did enough. Blau had a couple of touchdown passes dropped yesterday, one by Tom Kennedy and the other by Khalil Pimpleton. So that was a little bit unfair for him. But I just don't see enough improvement from this guy. And Tim Boyle, I cannot believe that Tom Silverstein of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel at one point said that this guy was going to push Jared Goff when Brad Holmes signed him last year. Let me say this about Bradley, all right? The Lions general manager has done a nice job. But if we're going to call him a savior and bronze him already and crown him, we got to look at some of these moves he's made. Bradley has failed in 2 years to find a legitimate backup quarterback for this football team. That has not been addressed. And that's a very minor problem. All right. I'm going to give Brad Holmes a nod on a lot of things. I love the Penei Sewell draft pick. I think they did it right with Aiden Hutchinson not taking Thibodeau. He's found some guys. Amon-Ra St. Brown. He wasn't afraid to bring back some players for culture fit. Brad Holmes gets time. You've got to get time when you inherit the bleep show that he inherited from the Quintricia era. But there have been some mistakes. The second-round picks so far, Onwuzurike, and now this year Pascal, who has been hurt, are not going to make an impact for a while. And this backup quarterback situation has never been addressed properly. And I don't want to say this, folks, but Malik Willis, he's killing it with the Titans. Killing it in the preseason. Maybe Brad Holmes should have drafted Malik Willis in the second round. We wouldn't be having these problems talking about how bad Boyle and Blau are and how this football team has got to go out and find a legitimate backup quarterback now. Now, there is a thought process, and I talked to somebody today that said, look, Blau may have to stay as the number 3 just because he knows the system. I don't know, but first and foremost, the guy I think the Lions are going to try to trade for is Mason Rudolph. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. The Steelers have Mitchell Trubisky, and they've got Kenny Pickett, who I think they want to see. Rudolph's never going to play. Is he a more legitimate backup quarterback than Boyle and Blau? A month ago, I would have told you, why would you trade for him? This guy couldn't even beat the Lions last year in the rain at home at Heinz Field. Now, Acrisure. He's not that good, but Mason Rudolph's better than these two guys. Come on now. But all reports indicate the Steelers are not just going to give him away, nor are they going to cut him. So there's going to be a bidding war for his services. Now, I saw something today, and this is what I'm talking about with people on the internet. Can we stop with the Carson Strong talk? Oh, the Lions need to go get Carson Strong from Nevada. He only threw one interception every 73 passes in college. Hold on a second here. This guy went undrafted in a bad quarterback draft. That's number one. Number two, he barely played in the preseason. Everyone's like, why isn't Carson Strong playing? What's going on in Philadelphia? I'll tell you what's going on. He couldn't play. They watched him in practice and went, we can't put him in a game. And the Eagles released him today. Now I get it. Quarterback, good-looking kid, could sling it at Nevada, but there's a reason he went undrafted and now is cut before we even get to cutdown day tomorrow. Yeah, you're just going to pick up some undrafted guy and he's going to be the backup? No. The Lions need a legitimate veteran option behind Jared Goff. Carson Strong? No, thumbs down. Watch what goes on in Dallas. I said this last night. Cooper Rush, pride of Central Michigan, and also Will Greer, who's been a backup before in Carolina and has started some games. Those two guys are battling it out right now for Dallas's 2 spot. Let's just see by 4 o'clock tomorrow who gets cut, who could be traded for, etc. We have to have some patience. Just because Carson's strong, I'd rather have Carson Daly quarterbacking than Carson Strong. So that's where I stand. I think the Lions must probably blow both these guys out and get a new backup in here. I don't think David Blau and Tim Boyle have shown enough to earn a roster spot. And I think that's what they're going to end up doing. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Want to tell you about our friends at PrizePicks. Listen up, fans. This is the coolest website. If you like to play for fun, not just for fun, but I'll give you an example. Tonight, I'm taking, let's say it's Chiefs against the Dolphins, right? Or it could be a Sunday, a full day, a slate of games. You could say, today I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes to throw for more than 320 passing yards. I'm going to bet on Derrick Henry to rush for less than 85. I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp to score more than 0.5 touchdowns and Tyreek Hill to catch less than 3.5 passes. You can do all of that at one click of a button at PrizePicks.com. They are fantastic. Or go to download the PrizePicks app. Seriously. The games, the format, everything at the website and on the app is just so easy to play. All right. And you can have a bunch of entries and you can win a ton. It's fun. Pick 2 to 5 players. And if they go score more or less than the PrizePicks projection, you can win up to 10 times your money on any entry. All right. No competing against other people. It's just you against the projections available. PrizePicks offers projections on any sport that you watch. NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, PGA, college football, men's and women's college hoops. It's all there for you. Soccer, everything. Entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It is that easy. That's the beauty of going to prizepicks.com. Check out or download the PrizePicks app or go to the website to sign up and play daily fantasy sports. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with promo code LOCKEDON. So if you deposit $100, PrizePicks will give you $100 for free. If you deposit $50, they'll give you $50. Don't forget to enter promo code LOCKEDON at sign up for an instant deposit match up to $100. All right, welcome back. I saw something on the interwebs today, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, and I want to discuss it, and that is the NFL media's top 100 list that came out the other day, was counted down on NFL Network. I think it's a farce, and I think there are some glaring omissions. Number one, Kirk Cousins is not a top 100 player in the NFL, yet he is number 99 on the list. David Montgomery of the Bears is not a top 100 player. He was number 98 for Chicago. Odell Beckham, the guy's not even in the league. Top 100 player. Who else did I see in this list that I James Conner is not a top 100 player. And not when you consider that the Lions, who have no members on this team, no members made this list of the Lions. How is Frank Ragnow not on this list? Frank Ragnow is a top 100 NFL player. He's a Pro Bowl center. I know he was hurt most of last year. He's a top 5 center in this league, and he's really, really good. Frank Ragnow, to me, is the Lions' best player and should be on this list. Lane Johnson, the Eagles' left tackle, who the Lions are going to see in week 1, did not make this list. Tom Brady is number 1. No, come on. How is Aaron Donald not number 1 on this list? Aaron Donald's the best player in football. He came in number 2, followed by Rodgers, Kupp, Jonathan Taylor, TJ Watt, Devontae Adams, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Ramsey, and Travis Kelce. But, Bobby Wagner is a top 30 player. The Seahawks let him walk. He's good. Jalen Waddle, 63. Jalen Waddle's not a top 70 player in this league. I think Frank Ragnow is getting screwed. Tyrann Mathieu, also the Honey Badger. Loved him as a player in his prime. He's not in his prime anymore. He's number 70 on this list. Frank Ragnow and Lane Johnson are 2 really good players. Johnson's been in the Pro Bowl 3 times and Ragnow once, and they didn't make this list. I think it's absurd. Do I think any other Lions deserve to be on this list? No. But I think Ragnow should be there. So, if you go to Twitter and go to @NFL Media, you'll see the entire list. All right. Thanks for making us your first listen here on a Monday. Tomorrow we will have all those roster cuts, all of them, and there will be a mad scramble, certainly with practice squad and everything else. Thanks for making Locked On Lions your first view and your first listen. We're back again tomorrow.